So I go to sleep the other night, right? I'm getting up early to go to the gym, working out. So I go to sleep 9:30, 10, the latest. I wake up, getting ready, check my phone, and I see the notification that the Chicago White Sox trade Luis Robert Jr. to the Mets for a bag of chips. And
some saltine crackers.
A guy that, mind you, Dave Dombrowski said over the last 3 trade
No,
deadlines.
they didn't get a bag of chips. Chill out. They got Luis.
But bro, he was the worst hitter after from May to the end of the season last year. Like he was terrible.
He's gonna be fire, bro. I think so.
I think he's gonna be good, but I'm saying like the Mets gave up basically nothing to get a very high upside player. So now listen, Dave Dombrowski over the past 3 off seasons has said we tried to get on Robert, but the White Sox ask was too much. And then in the offseason, as soon as the offseason started, they're like, we're going to start looking towards Robert, get an anchor for center field. Apparently, the White Sox offer was still too much. What were they asking for?
They had to be asking for Justin Crawford.
Who cares?
I'm just saying it had to be him and probably Bohm and probably Stott.
Nah, they weren't. They couldn't have been asking for that. Bohm,
what is too much?
Bohm, I don't know. They didn't even say it. They didn't even say. Dave Dombrowski never said they were. They were just like, their asking price was a little high. I'm like, okay.
It probably was Painter, and they had to be asking for something crazy.
Okay, cool. But if if the White Sox called the Mets or the Mets called the White Sox, however that conversation went, and like, yo, we'll give you Acuna and a guy that's no one ever heard of before yesterday for Luis Robert Jr., White Sox was like, sure. What was the talks with Dave Dombrowski?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Now, I think Dave Dombrowski is just trying to save face and make it seem like he was trying to go get him, when in actuality, he didn't want anything to do with Robert. Which that's where I'm going to go, because there's no way you go from a high asking price to then just be like, cool, we'll just take this. What? You telling me we couldn't give up Johan Rojas and a guy no one's ever heard of in our pitching? And we couldn't just get Robert? Because that's basically what they gave up. Essentially. So
I feel like they were asking for like Bohm and Stott.
If it was Bohm, I would have said yes immediately.
Bohm,
you know how I feel. Okay, bring up Aiden Miller. It's the same thing. I don't like. Don't get me wrong. I like Stott. I do. His platinum glove defense. He's very, very good defensively. Cool, fine, whatever. But we're talking about getting an anchor in center field, which are like our offseason. I mean, our trade deadlines over the past 3 years have been. We need to go trade for an outfielder. We need to go trade Bader, Marsh. The last 2. Bader and Marsh, right? That's what we got. I like Bader. I want us to re-sign Bader.
Me too.
But
he grew on me because he used to not be able to hit at all.
Now, I like him, and I think he brings kind of a juice to the lineup that, especially another right-handed bat too. And I'm desperate. I need something else than what I got.
Y'all lost everything.
So this is what I'm going to get at.
No Bo, no Cattell, no Robert.
I don't think Cattell was ever getting traded.
You said, you were saying how.
That's what they were saying, but then Diamondbacks was like,
no Bellinger.
We never were in on Tucker. Bellinger, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. But comes down to it that Dave Dombrowski is way out of his element, and Rob Thompson has the gall and the audacity to say, well, I don't know why everybody thinks we're running the back. We're turning over 20 to 25% of our roster. This is what he told us for us to feel excited for this coming season. We got Otto Kemp, who wasn't here at the start of the season. Otto Kemp.
Hey, he's a beast.
Shut up. We got the bullpen acquisitions. I'm not talking about pitching, right? I'm not talking about pitching. Fine, whatever. Offensively, and when we got a new right fielder and Adolis Garcia, again, who there is a high upside there with what he can do at Citizens Bank Park. However, over the last 2 years, he's been horrendous offensively. So that's your addition at right field. So your outfield depth consists of a guy who's never taken an at-bat in the big leagues before in Justin Crawford, a guy who's a reclamation project in right field, and then Brandon Marsh platooning with not Otto Kemp. That's our outfield for this coming season going into it. So now that he expects us to be excited about that's what we got going on.
And that's good work. He's doing his thing.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Dave Dombrowski is getting pantsed, and John Middleton's just watching it. That's just what's going on because he's so out of touch with reality of what the league is now. Stop offering these guys 10-year deals because they're not going to take it. And mind you, it's not like we're the Pirates or the Marlins, or we can compete with these other teams money-wise. We have it. But you think a big-time free agent is going to sign a 10-year deal with a team when he can sign a 3-year deal for $45 million to $50 million a year and with 2 opt-outs, and if he rakes, he can go get more the following season? You think guys aren't going to do that? And you have a window where Harper's 32, Turner's about to be 34, if I'm not mistaken. Also, by the way, we're talking about we're trying to get more depth, right? Weston Wilson was released, just claimed by the Orioles today, and you already mentioned you're expecting Nick Castellanos to not be on the team. God forbid one of those outfielders get hurt. What's your plan? You got no depth on the outfield. What are you going to want Trey Turner to go back to center and bring up Aiden Miller? So it's like, it ain't an option. Because if that's what we got to do, that is a huge problem that could have been solved with, you know what? Bellinger wants what? He gets 5 for 162? All right. We'll give you 3 for 180 with 2 opt-outs. Take it or leave it. Pretty sure he would have took that deal. Oh, but no, we're just not. We're content where we are. The famous Dombrowski words. And you expect us to be excited going into 2026.